Hi everybody, it's Stephanie with Creating with Stamps. I'm going to take a couple minutes today and share with you this all-inclusive kit that's in the new 2019 annual catalog with Stampin' Up. This kit, I should say, includes enough products to make 15 cards. There's, as you can see on the directions that's included with the kit, there's 3 each of 5 different designs. And I want to share with you today how quickly these go together. I have done a couple of cards already out of the kit, so there's, like, you'll see that, you know, like, I have stuff missing, but there's plenty to do another set of them. And I'll also show you how we can step them up just a little bit if you want, if you don't like the exact way that they look when you finish the kit. As always with Stampin' Up, they give you enough extra supplies even after you're done with the cards that come with the kit. And you use the card bases to create other designs or other projects with them. So these are the 5 cards we'll be working on today. These are the cards that are the card bases. This is how they come. They're pre-printed, but you are going to add, oh, this one doesn't want to come apart. You're going to add a little bit, you know, you're going to do some stamping and you're going to do some embellishing and stuff with the products that they supply with you. This kit comes with a Stampin' Spot. This one's Bermuda Bay. I prefer to use my big pads. I don't know, for me it's just easier. It's just the way I've always stamped is with my big ones. This kit also comes with 2 packs of dimensionals, glue dots, your stamp set, so you can use this again no matter how many times you want on different projects. It says the sentiments are, I am so very thankful for you. Happy birthday. Thanks so much. Feel better soon. And I hear congratulations are in order. And then there's a couple seagulls, and I think this is like a star. That's what I refer to it as. So in this kit you also get 3 sheets of this awesome copper. I was gonna say gold, I knew it wasn't gold. Copper sheets or stickers that you're gonna use on your cards. As you see, you just peel them right back off there. There's these designs. It's the same on each sheet. So you have 4 of the sentiment designs, and you have 2 each of 3 different designs for a detail and the border. And I'll show you how we're going to use that. Then you also get there was 3 sheets. I can't remember if there was 3 or 4, because like I said, I've done some of these cards of the laser cut designs, and you just pop them right out of the paper. So we're gonna get started real quick. Like I said, I've already done some stamping, so this one is already pre-stamped for me. It's nice when it comes that way, isn't it? But since I already stamped it ahead, I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to use it. I figured I'd show you guys, you know, use it as a demonstration for you. Actually, I'm going to use that on another card. I'm sorry. I was thinking that was the first card because they have the same sentiment. We're going to be using the Thanks So Much stamp. And I'm going to pull this over here. We're going to use this one for the first card. If you hear my dogs barking, they're mad at me because I have closed the door to my studio so they can't get in here, and they hear me talking to somebody and they think that somebody's in the house. So they're kind of silly that way. So quick stamp. If you want, you can stamp all of your sentiments at once. That's up to you, you know. I usually stamp as I go. Stamping them all ahead of time will actually make the process, well, just leave that open. The process go quicker for you when you're assembling them. But for the benefit of you guys watching this video, I'm going to just do them as we come to the card. So then all you have to simply do is fold it in half on the score line. Can you tell today is Monday? Because I'm just struggling today. I don't know. Had a great weekend, got lots of sleep, rested, didn't do anything too exciting, and my Monday's out of control. So there are step-by-step directions. Whew, that copper kind of reflects their light. There's step-by-step directions for each card in here. I have my directions setting off to the side so that I don't have too much stuff cluttered here. It's pretty simple. There's numbers over here. We use 1, 2, and 3 in this stamp, or in that card, I mean. And if you go to the front of the brochure, it tells you right here the steps 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is an optional step. But for every card, it'll tell you which numbers that you which numbers you use for that card according to the way that they have them designed. Does not mean that you can't change it up. It's your card. I do that frequently, and like I said, at the end I'll show you a stepped up version of each of the cards. So for this one, we're just going to take and we're going to peel this little backer off. You need to be careful peeling these off because it's paper, and this is pretty sticky actually. So, and some of these are very, I don't know if you can tell. I'll hold it up when I get up there. Some of these are very fine lines. So, and it can rip, so, but they're pretty durable. Just, you can't He-Man them. So, this one is going to go on like this, and you simply place it right there. And now, I am going to use dimensionals because I like to give mine a little bit of depth. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this sentiment. I'm just gonna put 2. I think 2 is enough. They do pretty well. If you're gonna send it through the mail, you might want to do, like 1 at each point too, just so that it doesn't get pushed down in the mail. Because sometimes when they go through those machines. Then we're gonna simply line it up and pop it down, and that's it. That's your first card. I love the cityscape. If you know anybody that lives in the big city, I have a couple friends that live in New York. I have some friends that live in Chicago. And that's automatically who I thought of when I saw this design. So I'm going to go ahead and set that one off to the side. So that's card number 1. Card number 2, let me dig out my base over here. Is this hot air balloon. This reminds me of, I'm from Michigan, and in Michigan we have a huge balloon fest at a local high school actually, and people come from all over the place with their hot air balloons, and every August, and they do, like, there's hundreds of them. It's really awesome to see. So every time I see this card, it reminds me of home. I am not currently living in Michigan. I am currently living in Maryland, and oh, there, this is the one I had stamped. I'm like, I knew I had it. So this is the thanks so much sentiment. I'll pull that back in. For this, we're just going to use one of these little borders, and again, just, I just peel it off, but sometimes they stick a little bit more. You don't want to just pull it super hard. So then we're just going to simply line it up above the black line. Give it a good push down. Obviously, you need to stamp yours. Mine was already stamped. And again, I'm going to use dimensionals on this. On this one, I will use several dimensionals just because of the points and stuff to keep them popped up. I think I'm going to stick one in the middle. And honestly, every time I do a card, I can use this same shape sentiment 3 different times and put my dimensionals on multiple different ways. So there's no like right or wrong way to do them. If you hear groaning, that's one of my dogs outside the door. It's not me, really. Okay. So this, I'm just going to line it up over here on this side. And just give it a little push. Card number 2. We'll set that one off to the side. I'm going to bring in card number 3. This is a tropical theme, at least in my mind. I don't have a lot of palm trees where I'm at right now, so I'm going to pull the sentiments back in. And we're going to use the I Am So Very Thankful for You stamp out of the stamp set. And I always use my grid paper when I'm putting sentiments on the blocks because I want them to be straight. And I just line it up. The great thing about the photopolymer, I don't know if you can see it on the film. Let's see if I can move it up a little bit. Is that you can see through the stamp, so you can kind of use the grid lines to help line you up so that you're straight. And then you stick your stamp down on there, or your block down on there. I'm going to ink this up. And we're going to use this sentiment. Move that ink back out of the way because I know I will stick my arm in it. Y'all don't know what kind of day I've been having today. Okay, so with this card, we're going to use the diamond shaped border. And we're going to put it right about, we'll go up just a little bit. And again, if you want, you can use your grid paper to help you line up. So if you do like the point right there, and you come down here, and your point should be right about on that same line. So pretty straight. Sometimes I struggle with those more than I just did, believe it or not. And we're going to use the dimensionals again. Do you see how fast this is going, you guys? I mean, seriously, like, this is the 3rd card, and I can't see the time on the video, but maybe 10 minutes, maybe. And if you go ahead and you do all your stamping ahead of time, then that cuts it down even more. And believe it or not, if you mass produce cards or projects, any stamping projects, if you do the same step, you know, like you do step 1 for all the cards that you're going to do at the same time, then step 2, and then, you know, then you just assemble them all at the same time also, it cuts the time down a lot for how long it takes you to do the projects. There's that one. Card number 3. Okay. Card number 4, we're going to use this circle sentiment, or the circle, well, yeah, it's a sentiment. And we are going to stamp Feel Better Soon on that. I could have had all these on the blocks for you ahead of time, but I wanted to show you with all the assembly even how quickly they go together. I am going to use my foam pad for this one because the words are a little bit wider, or the letters are a little bit wider on the soon. And with photopolymer stamps, it's recommended that if you have a wide space, I don't know if you can tell the difference, that you use a foam pad because it helps give an even contact. right, so I'll just set that aside. And we are going to use the, to me, I think this is Raindrops. And it kind of goes with the Feel Better Soon, kind of under the weather type of sentiment. So, and we are going to use one of the circle stickers. So, embellishments. This one is going to be tricky to get out. So just, you don't want to pull on that leaf. Ask me how I know. It does not hold up well to being pulled on like that. So if you can get the edge of the circle up. And be very careful. Because that little stem, you know, it'll take a little bit, but it won't take a lot before it like rips right off of there. Okay, so we are gonna do, I could go this way with it. We're just gonna put that sticker like right about like that. Oops. Do you see how delicate that stem is? It's very easily moved, so just use caution when you're getting this one out. And then we're just going to add some dimensionals to this one. You'll probably hear the school bus going by now. Okay, get all these backs off. These little backs, I swear I find them everywhere in my house. I have even found one in my bed. On the second floor, and my studio is on the first floor, so they get stuck to, you know, your feet, your socks. I don't know. I think the dog's feet sometimes picks them up. It's just weird. Because I don't wear socks to bed, so I don't know how it got in my bed, but clothes, and I usually don't wear my clothes to bed, but okay, we're just going to kind of center that. Make sure that your sentiment is straight. If you aren't positive that you're going to be straight when you first set your sentiment down on the card, as long as you don't push down really hard on the dimensionals, you have a little bit of leeway to move it around. You can pull it back up carefully and move it around usually. But once you get it in where you want it, you just give it a, you know, you don't have to like smash it really hard, but just give it a little rub. I usually try to find each of the dimensionals in there to give them a little bit of extra contact. So there's card number 4. And the last card we are using this sentiment piece, and grab a different block, one of my little bit longer blocks. They will all fit on a regular block, like the this is a Stampin' Up's D block, which is if you're going to get one block out of the catalog, this is the block that is the most versatile for you to use. So, especially if you're using the kits and that. Some of the stamp sets out of the catalog have bigger sentiments, so you just need to make sure it'll tell you on each stamp set that you're going to order. It'll tell you what. Oh, my paper's flying everywhere. It'll tell you which size block is recommended for the largest stamp in that set. So just to give you a heads up on that. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this one. So I hear congratulations are in order. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and close my ink up. Okay. Okay, and we're going to use it on the biplane card. I'm a history buff, and I love the look of this plane. I don't know. I just really like it. Okay, so for this one, we're going to use the ladder border. And again, this one is a little bit more delicate, maybe, than is a good word for it, than the other ones. So just use caution. And all you do is just line it right up with the top of that, the bottom of the ladder with the top of that stripe. And just give it a good push and tear it down. And we're going to break out the dimensionals. Now just to show you, I've done, when I'm finished with this card, I have done all the cards in this kit. This kit provides you with 2 sheets of dimensionals. I've used 1. So that, I mean, that shows you how much extra you have. They provide you with glue dots. I have not used, I used 2 of them. And that's when I stepped up a card. That's the only reason I use that. And these, some of these dimensionals were used to step up the other cards too. And I'll show you what I mean by stepping them up in a minute when I'm done with this card. I can get this a little back off. He's going to fight me now. He's like, no. Oh my gosh, come on. All right, there we go. Just have to keep persevere, or keep trying, you know, persevere. And this one just goes right down here against the right edge of your card, and just line it up so it's about in the middle. A little push, and you're all good. So there's card 5. I'm gonna get rid of these little, see what I mean? They stick to you. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna scoop these off real quick, get them out of the way. So I'm going to pull back the cards that we used, that we made today. These are the way that it's designed in the kit. And then I'm going to show you the stepped up versions of them. So I'll do one at a time though, so there's not such a mess back here. Okay, so for this one, this is the one we made today. And this is the stepped up version of it. And all I did for that was I took one of these trees off of this sheet, because we have all these extras. You can see which ones I used. Put it on dimensional, popped it up a little bit, and there you go. You can add a couple of trees, which technically this is what I did. I added this tree here because there wasn't a tree there. But you can add a couple more trees down here if you want, because there's all these extras. You know, you can see that there's all of these sheets of extras. So that's that card. That's how I stepped that card up. Let me see, which one am I at? Okay, this, the hot air balloon one. This is the one we did today, which is a nice card still for sending out, you know, somebody you're thinking about them, thank you, whatever sentiment you want to put on there. And this is the stepped up version. This is the hot air balloon again from the sheet of extras. Pop it out, put it on some dimensionals right above this one. And there you go. A little bit something extra. You could do, you know, you can pop up the purple or the pink one or the green one. You know, add another little one over here if you want to just put that green one down here. So you have 2 of the green polka dot ones. You can use any of these die cuts on any of the cards. It doesn't necessarily just have to be like the balloons on the balloon. If you want to put a palm tree in there, if you want to put raindrops in there, however you want to do it. Okay, so there's card number 2. Card number 3. Oh, I'm like, where did I put my cards? Card number 3 is the palm tree. This is the one, again, that we did today. And this is the stepped up one. And all I did was use the dimensional. Put that palm tree right here. And I used the glue dot on this end of it just so that it wasn't flipping up on me. Because you got the dimensionals there. And this tended to flip up a little bit. And that way if you're sending it in the mail or even just giving it to somebody, it's not going to get caught on something and get pulled off. So that's one of the 2 glue dots that I used, was on that project there. So there's card number 3. Card number 4 is the biplane. This is the one we did today. And this is the stepped up one. And again, just popped out that biplane out of the extras die cut sheets. Put it on some dimensionals. Make sure that you have, I try to put the dimensionals like in all of the bigger spots that are hidden. So that you know, you don't want to put it like one right here, because then you'd be able to see it. So but with this one I probably put, let me see if I can see, probably about 5 or 6 dimensionals on this one, just because it's a bigger piece. So but there's that card. Gives a little bit different look. If you can, I don't know if you can tell from the camera. I can't see my camera right now, so you can see where it pops up off the card. Okay, and the last card is the Feel Better Soon. Now with this one, all I did was I took one little raindrop and put it here. You know, you got, on each sheet, you have 4 different raindrops. Let me pull it out. They're 2 different shades of color. So you can, you know, you can mix and match them. You can put some down here and pop them up. Or you can just use the glue dot. For this dimensional, I just took one and cut it. If you have our mini glue dots, or our mini dimensionals, I mean, that would work on here. But, you know, if you just want to use exclusively what comes in the kit, I just took one of the dimensionals that they included and snipped it up a little bit, and that works just fine too. But you can fill in the spots too if you want with these extras. So that's it for this card kit. I mean, this is a very simple but useful card, you know, kit. Everything, like I said, everything comes with it. Excuse me, except for the block. The block does not come with it. The coordinating colors for this is basic black, Bermuda Bay, which they include the Bermuda Bay ink spot. But if you want to use a different color ink, or if you want to, you know, put a layer on here of, you know, change up the design for it a little bit, it gives you these are the colors that you could use that would go with the scheme of the kit. Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Lovely Lipstick, Petal Pink, and Pool Party. And these will be your Petal Pink and your Lovely Lipstick and your Pool Party and your Granny Apple Greens, and that they're all mixed in here with the blues and greens. Let me see. And the Daffodil Delight is mixed in as well, like it's the biplane, the yellow on the black biplane here. So there's also, I'm trying to read real quick here because I didn't look at it to see what your kit includes. I knew there was, it tells you right here, your kit includes a set of 7 photopolymer stamps, a clear stamp block. So you get this stamp block with this kit. You get the D stamp block, the Bermuda Bay Classic Stampin' Spot. You get 15 card bases. Oh, I didn't show you. You get 15 envelopes. So these are some of the envelopes. The different designs. They match the cards, and you know, you can put them with the card they go with, or you can mix and match them, you know. And I'm going to show you the back side of them in just a second here. Okay, so they all have a liner too, so it's not just like a white envelope in there, or yeah, the white backing. It's, you know, a nice little liner, which sometimes you can see it if the light gets just right through the paper. So your place to address it, you know, plenty of room for you to put your return envelope. And they all have, oops, that one off, different designs on the backs of them, or in the liner. So they have checkers, and that's the one we looked at. polka dots and stripes. So there you have it. I mean, I think this kit is a great deal if you don't have time to sit down and design your own card. If you know, have a couple people that that are a couple occasions that you need to get cards out for. This is a great kit to have on hand. You can just sit down and do one at a time if you want, or you can sit down and do them all up ahead of time and keep them in a file so that you have them all set. So when you need them, all you have to do is open up that file and grab one out. I will share the link to my website in the comments below, and I'll share the item number. It'll be on the screen somewhere on here. I'm not sure exactly where. When I'm all done with this. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them below. I will get to them as quickly as I can. And I will leave all my contact information below. So if you want to send me an email, or if you would, like I said, if you would like to stop by my blog, it is actually going to be under construction here in the next week or so, but I should be able to still get messages on it. So I'm getting a new look and a new format. So it's exciting for me. So you can stop by my blog right now. It's www.creatingwithstamps.com. And like I said, I'll leave that all below. But I hope you have a good day. Thanks for